Hey Katie, how you doing? All right. So yeah, to be honest with you, what threw me is that Marvel page was in the middle of the other presentation. So I was like, what? Where the heck did this fit in? I'm so sorry that I created that confusion. But the good thing is that you've got the Marvel app down, and the Marvel app actually is working really well. And the very cool thing about the Marvel app is, I'm sorry, the Marvel platform is this user flows. So we can take a look at your user flows here. And this is the way it's done, man. This is great. This shows exactly what the intended path is. So I really think this is fantastic. Now, as we transition over to the actual clickable, we see a couple of issues. There's your loading page. So we're kind of stuck from here, right? As far as the you know what? It looks like it just takes a second, and then it opens up. So then we have our grocery store, right? Now, I want you to notice something. Right now, this doesn't work as a home screen, and that doesn't work. So there's no arrow back. There's no hamburger menu with global navigation taking us either back home or to the previous page. Now, from getting lost in apps that once we get to a page and we don't know how to get back, it creates a little sense of panic, and it creates a negative experience with the app. That's why I would recommend that you either have a hamburger menu with your global navigation, or a clickable home icon, and a clickable back button. So this way you can at least get back to where you were, or at the very least you can go back home to start your task flow again. So right now we don't. So where does the viewer go from here? Okay, there's a back button. There's a back button. Okay, so it looks like a lot of your screens do have back buttons. That's fantastic. Oh, good. No home button though. I would love to see a home button. So, and then here in this page right here, so this is where I kind of get stuck. So we only have one option. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm not so sure. And then, do you see what I'm saying? So there's your back button. So back to our home page. Let's go back to the start page. Okay, there. So, I mean, I think you're showing enough here to show intent, and that's fantastic. Now, the thing that I want to comment on, and let's go to your pages in order to do that. Okay, we can look at this view here. Now, the issue, let me see. Okay, there's your task flows. So the problem, I think the main problem with the prototype is that it's not combined. Basically, it's not designed. Basically, what you've done here is you're using your wireframes to assemble your click-through. What you should do, that's why we included that requirement to include digital mock-ups, so that your screens look exactly the way they look. So in other words, you would have an image here, an image here, an image here. You would have your images here, images here. Your icons would all be set. This page looks like it's very much complete. This page, gosh, just throw a map right in there, or the image. So really, the only thing I'm missing here from a complete, robust click-through is the images and the way the app is going to look visually. And that's important information, as you can imagine, as it relates to any kind of stakeholder. So imagine an investor who wants to look at your app and decide whether they want to put their money in or not. Well, they would like to see a fairly complete depiction of what the screens look like to get an overall feel for the app, right? And that's my only problem that I'm having is that some of the pages aren't designed at all. Okay, and then as far as your process book goes, so I realize this is a work in progress. I get that, right? But there's a couple of missing elements that I've talked about before. So I think at this point, what you want to do is just make sure you take a look at that checklist for all of the requirements. And this is due next week. I'm sorry, during week during week 5, right? Wait, this is due during week, yeah, this is due during week 5. So when you submit this, there's what I'm getting at is there's another checkpoint for this process book. So we'll take a look at it. But what you want to do is go to the announcements, take a look at the list. It looks like this. Looks like this. This is the list of all of the requirements for the process book. So just make sure that you go through that and make sure those are all in there. There's just a couple missing, but like I said, I realize it's a work in progress. So, okay, so great job. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. Thank you very much.